Hello, welcome to Paul's Take, and this is my take why I think Arnold Schwarzenegger should be the next president of the United States. First, I want you to listen to his speech he gave, a video he made on the 4th of July, and tell me if this isn't inspiring.
My fellow Americans, the day is July 4th, the nation's birthday. How are you going to celebrate? Now, some might say that it's no time to rejoice. We have Americans who cannot breathe except on ventilators, who cannot breathe because of a knee in their neck, because of oppression and racism. And millions of others are holding their breath because they've lost their job and worry about how to pay for the rent and feed their family. So it is true that we face hard, difficult things, that we have wounds and anguish that desperately need healing. And yet, let me tell you why this immigrant has hope. Let me tell you why, as I speak, thousands and thousands of people are huddled on the border and all over the world yearning to breathe the free air of America. They risk their lives to get here because they understand the promise of this country. The world still believes in our promise. Shouldn't we? Wherever I go around the world, people come up to me and say, Arnold, how can I get to America? Can you help me please get there? It sometimes breaks my heart, but it always makes me proud. Just the other day I was riding my bike down by Venice Beach Boardwalk. Such a circus of people there, I just love it. The French guy in his 30s took my picture and said, "You're the luckiest guy in the world." I said to myself, maybe it's because I'm in the movies, but I said, why? And waving his hands around, he said, "Oh, this. What a great country. You're so lucky to live here." Well, we are a great country because we have great people, and we are lucky to live here. In a burst of genius and hope, our founding fathers overturned a world ruled by monarchs and titles and inherited rank. On this very day in 1776, they declared that certain truth was self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed with certain rights like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The founding fathers were not perfect. Slavery and racism are incompatible with freedom, but their vision for this country, one of equal rights and democracy, remains perfect. Our fellow Americans in the streets are rightfully hurt, angry, and tired that these rights are not yet real for everyone. They are holding us to fulfill what our founding fathers promised. Let us respond to them with meaningful change, and in Lincoln's words, bind up the nation's wounds. So, on this July 4th, we celebrate not only what has been achieved, but we celebrate the day that's coming when America's promise will be real for every American. We are so close. My fellow immigrants, and there are 46 million of us, will tell you that this country still offers more opportunity than any other place on earth. This is certainly true for this immigrant, by the name of Arnold Schwarzenegger. When I came to this country, I had no money. I had absolutely nothing. 6 or 7 of the people from the gym came over to my tiny little apartment and brought me bed sheets, silverware, plates, wall hangings, and a black and white TV. I couldn't believe their generosity. One of the guys said that it was a special day called Thanksgiving and invited me to his parents' house for turkey dinner, where they welcomed me, a total stranger, into their home. So it revealed to me the tremendous big heart of America. Even in these tough times, America, you still have that heart. As long as I live, I will never forget the day when I raised my hand and took the oath of citizenship, that I would bear true faith and allegiance to the United States of America. Do you know how proud I was? I was so proud that I walked around with the American flag around my shoulders all day long. Today, on this July 4th, and every day that I live, I am still proud to call myself an American and a citizen of this great country. America, thank you for the life that you've given me. Thank you for all the men and women in uniform who for 200 years have protected the freedoms we enjoy. Thank you for letting me live the American dream. We must fight every day to make sure that dream is as true for a black child born in Minneapolis as it was for a white bodybuilder born in Austria. So happy birthday, America. I love you. You're still the greatest country in the world.
That was so inspiring. That guy could give a speech, let me tell you. Was that not inspiring? Is that not the speech that maybe the president should be saying over and over and over again to bring this country together? Yes. But some people just don't have it in them. That's why I think Arnold should be the president of the United States. So if you don't know who Arnold is, which is probably impossible, but maybe you don't know as much as there is out there, as much as me, because I know everything. Okay, first of all, I am an Arnold stalker, officially. I've been following Arnold ever since I was probably 15 years old or something. He's so much older than me. I'm way younger. I just look old. Anyhow, we both have very parallel paths in life. We were both, it's not about me, but it's about him. But I'm just letting you know how I've been stalking him and know things about him. He came to America from Austria. I came to America from Culver City, California, which is nearly the same. But anyways, so he came here as an immigrant, and he started a roofing company while he was going to college full-time and bodybuilding full-time, which, let me tell you, is impossible for any average Joe guy. First of all, we both went to Santa Monica College, which is a very difficult college for some. Anyhow, so we both went to college, Santa Monica, and I went part-time, he went full-time. I was bodybuilding, he was bodybuilding. He took it way more extreme than me, and he was a lot more successful than me, obviously, because I did pretty good for myself. I felt like it was good, but I didn't take the steroids, which I'm not saying is why he was successful, because even with steroids, it takes so much dedication, way more dedication than I had. And also you need genetics, and you need your discipline on your diet is so strict, measuring every meal all day long, every day, impossible. Knowing what to take, when to take it, resting when you need to rest, all this stuff to a science. Didn't have it. I didn't have it. He had it. He became the best ever. So he became the best bodybuilder in the world. Went to college, graduated, had a roofing business, became successful in that all at once. Crazy. So then, that wasn't enough. He became an actor. And remember, he couldn't speak, I mean, he could speak, but he had such a thick accent that nobody wanted him. Nobody. But he believed in himself. He had the determination to work hard and prove everybody wrong, and became the greatest box office draw ever. So he became the greatest, so not only greatest bodybuilder, greatest actor, well, not in regards to talent, but in regards to bringing people in to watch movies. Okay, so that's pretty good. And he had some business on the side here and there, some supplement businesses, some restaurants, and probably other bunch of stuff. So what does he do next? What's his next big thing? He decides he wants to be in politics. So he wants to be a governor, but not a governor in these little small states that are probably run against 10 people or some small people. He ran for governor in the largest, by means of population and economy, California. But he had no experience in politics, but he became governor, and he ran and won, and he did it in a way nobody else did. He never had a debate, never debated anybody. But it's because he, like in bodybuilding, he knew that was not to be his strength. He would not look good. So in bodybuilding, you show your strengths and you try to hide what you're weak at, like his legs. So in him, so the same thing, when he was great at speeches, so he would travel the state and gave a lot of speeches, but he didn't debate. That was his weakness. Didn't show his legs. I mean, his weakness. So now, I'm not saying he wants to be president, but I'm saying I would like to see him as president. Why? Because he will inspire. Look at that speech. Look what he's done with his life. He can inspire anybody. He is like super, he was the man of the people. If you watch Pumping Iron, he was getting along with everybody in the gym. And California is such a mixture of people. Not just different races, different styles, religions. There are people there, they're very colorful, let's just say. More so than anywhere in the world. And he absorbed it, loved it. He loved the United States in all this different, everything, races and religions and all that stuff. I knew a guy, and I remember I was stalking him. I was, for real. I used to be a bus driver in California. Drove the bus. And it was this old school bodybuilder. Remember, I was a bodybuilder too. Old school bodybuilder, just a black guy. But he, I think the steroids jacked him up because he had all these issues. I mean, he couldn't move well. He was still working out every day, but he had some physical problems. And I think it might have been, I don't know, but that's not the point. The point is, this older guy, he was not doing well. He was taking a bus. So he just getting by, just barely. Going to the gym, working out. It's probably his life. But he still says that he go to a gym where Arnold still worked out at the time. I guess it was World's Gym. And he said that he would run across Arnold every now and again because they were buddies from back in the day when he was a serious bodybuilder. And when he'd see him, he'd be all happy to see him. He'd be all cool to each other. They're like buds, even though he was still like, he kind of got jacked up, even in the head, everything. But, I don't want to diss the guy. I'm just saying. And he said that whenever he saw Arnold, he never asked him for anything, but every time he saw Arnold, he'd give him a few $100. Just, because he knew the guy was struggling, and he didn't have to, but he just to be nice, he talked to him, BS with him, and give him a few $100, and they go on, and they were pals. So he took care of people. He was a good guy, good heart. Arnold's the man. I think with his inspirational story, he could do well. He was very anyway. So also, I know technically he can't become president. He can't do it. Even if he wanted to, he couldn't do it. Why am I even bringing this up? Well, he can't right now, but they can make an amendment to the Constitution and allow him to run for president. They could do it. It would probably be a big process, a lot of voting and stuff. And by then, he'd probably be too old and ugly. But if they were able to do it, they could amend the Constitution. And I tell you the truth, I never liked that one part of the Constitution. Why? I'll tell you why. Because I think I don't know, I'm not really even sure why it was in there, but it's not like somebody's going to come in here and strong arm the president. I want to become president. I'm from somewhere crazy, and I want to become president. You can't strong arm your way into presidency, even from another country. You still got to get the vote. You still got to campaign, make your points, inspire the people, and get the votes. So if, say, Arnold inspired the majority, and the majority wants him to be president, then I say let him run and let him give him the opportunity to run and become president. That's my take. So that's why I think Arnold should be president. What do you think? Am I crazy? Tell me in the comment box. Am I local? I know he has a very colorful past. I mean, I think he kind of, and he was definitely taking steroids, allegedly. But nonetheless, nobody's perfect. He's not running to be the Pope, the president. He still inspires. Regardless, everybody has their past. He was young then. Dang, that got easy. So judgmental. Anyhow, that's my take. What do you think? Hit like, subscribe for more of my takes on other stuff. Thanks for watching Paul's Take. And that's my take on Arnold for president.